Hey family, it's your boy Jerry.
And it's your girl Bevy J, the favorite.
I'm the favorite. Like
Seriously,
seriously.
Jare? I don't think so.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna deal with you later. No, seriously, family, we are super excited that you have chosen to take in part of this opportunity. Look, I want you to watch this video, right? And I want you to watch this video with an open mind because this will change your life. While you're watching this, what if it works? Keep telling yourself, what if it works? Seriously. After this video, hit me or Jare back up so that we can answer any questions that you have. I hope you join the kingdom because we want to see you win. Break the curse.
Fucking with a young nigga, 212s in the trunk, nigga.
Basically what it is there's a huge amount of value in this cryptocurrency space with trading and exchanging different forms of currency, different times of acquisition, different times of selling. It's very similar to the stock market. So there's people over the last 5-6 years that became very successful trading currencies via different platforms. And so what it is there'll be a big trade that takes place, and you'll hear about it next week. And they try to mirror it, but the opportunity came in past. Very similar to stocks.
So Forex is short for the foreign exchange market. It is a $5.7 trillion market. It is the largest financial market in the world. What we're basically doing is exchanging currencies, buying and selling them as they fluctuate in price. So these currencies, they have a certain value to it that fluctuate all the time because of imports, exports, news, politics, economies. A lot of different things that goes on around the world really affect these currencies. So if you've actually traveled outside of the country, you've already participated in Forex. So the only difference is that I don't have to travel outside of the country to do it, and you don't either. I just do it through my phone, and you can too. So let's say if I were to travel outside of the United States with 1,000 US dollars, and let's say I go to France, right? And they use euros there, I would have to exchange my US dollar for the euro, right? So let's say the 1,000 US dollars, you give it to the teller and they give you 500 euros back. All that means is that the exchange rate is 1 to 2. So for every euro, you get 2 US dollars, right? 500 euros times 2, that's 1,000 US dollars, that's what you get. So let's say you're there for 1 week and it is a paid trip. You don't spend any of your money. All the euros you keep with you and you go back to the United States now. So when you get to the United States, you have 500 euros with you, but you can't use them. So what are you going to do? You're going to exchange it. So let's say now you're going to go back to the teller with those 500 euros and they give you 2,000 US dollars in return instead of those 1,000 US dollars. All that means is that the exchange rate went from 1 to 2 to now 1 to 4. So for every euro, you now get 4 US dollars. 500 times 4, that's 2,000 US dollars. You just made money, right? That's basically what we do through our phones.
Wait, is she scamming? This looks like a scam. This can't be true. Forex? What the heck is that? Make money off your phone? How the heck you could do that? Nah. It do sound interesting though.
He mentioned to me about Forex, and I was like, oh, Forex, what is that? You know, you can trade it. And so he told me about it, and I was really interested. And then I was like, okay, well, show me a little bit more. Tell me a little bit more about it. And I didn't have to have a lot of money to start trading. It was just so many benefits to what he was telling me versus stocks. He was providing me with a platform that would give me an education to master it. So it was just so many pluses. So then he told me about iMarkets Live as the company. So then I went ahead and researched iMarkets Live, and I saw a lot of negative videos, a lot of reviews, a lot of people saying that it was a network marketing and another MLM and everything. And so they was making more money in network marketing versus the trading. And that really didn't scare me. You research any company, there's going to be negative associated with any company you research, okay? But I trusted him, okay? So I basically joined because I trusted him. And long story short, I started watching the videos, and I was so determined, guys. I was so determined. I studied 4 hours a day. 2 before I went to work, 2 in the morning before I went to work, 2 hours when I got out of work, right before bed. Once I started making money, and I was going to college, and I have a wife, and I have a son, okay? and I worked a full-time job. As soon as I joined iMarkets Live and teamed up with the community of traders, I was making money my first weekend, okay? But I only started with $35, like I already told you guys. So I realized that I wasn't, where's the $100 a day at? Where's the $50 a day? I was only making $2, $5, okay? And so then it dawned on me that, hey, you gotta have more money in your account to make bigger profits, you know, and to risk more. So I was like, okay, well, I don't really have a lot of money right now, so I started sacrificing my food. You know, this is how bad I wanted it, guys. I really think that a lot of you don't really want it that much, because what I sacrificed, I don't know if some of you guys are built for it, but I gotta tell you. So I have a weekly budget of $65 for food, and I lived off of $20. I literally was eating pork beans and chips for lunch, and had decent little dinner and breakfast. But that's all I was eating for, like, I would say about 4 months, and I was saving all my money and I was putting it into my trading account. So as I kept winning trades, you know, $5, $10, $3, I was putting, you know, 50 bucks in the account, $45 in the account every single week, and I was growing it. And so then I got to fit $500 in my trading account. So then I was making like $50 a day, you know, it was pretty decent. And then I built my account up to $1,000, and then my account tripled. $3,000, $1,400 in one trade. And that's when my life started to change.
I'm going to give you the truth about success. There are two types of people on this planet. Okay? You have rich and wealthy people, and you have poor and middle class. How many of you believe that the middle class is being eliminated? Slowly but surely, it's happening. You're going to have a choice, and that choice is, are you going to be rich or are you going to be poor? Now, poor doesn't mean you don't have any money. That's broke. Poor is passing over opportunities repeatedly. Wow. I promise you this. Over the next 6 months, year, 18 months, over the next 10 minutes, there will be several opportunities that will come your way that most people will pass up on because of the way they have been programmed to think. Because growing up, we were taught that if it sounds too good to be true, it probably what? We were taught that all good things come to those who? Wait. We were taught money doesn't grow on trees. Money can't buy you. That's not true. If you understand what I'm about to share with you, okay? I was living with my dad when I got this. 10 years ago. Literally living with my dad on a twin-size bed, driving his Malibu. 10 years ago. When I got this information. And it completely changed my life forever. It's still changing my life today. See, if I ask you how do rich and wealthy people make money, you'll tell me they invest. You'll tell me they own businesses. You'll tell me they do real estate. Those are all correct answers. But a person becomes rich and wealthy because they have goals. They have what? Goals. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't become a millionaire without first having a goal to become a millionaire. It's impossible. No one becomes a millionaire, like, successfully on accident. I'm not talking about the lottery right now. Like, it doesn't just happen and we look around and say, wow, how did all this happen? No, it was intentional. Does that make sense? If I ask you how the poor middle class people make money, you tell me what? They work a what? A job. Nothing wrong with having a job, but there is something wrong with only having a job. Now, I need full participation here, all right? Raise your hand if you do have a job. Okay, all right. Now, this is a question no one's probably ever asked you before, so it's probably going to take you a quick second to answer it, but I want you to answer this truthfully. All right, you ready? How often do you think about your job? All the time, every day.
All throughout the day.
All throughout the day? Okay. How many of you ever looked at your watch and said, it's getting late, time for me to go to bed so I can wake up on time and get to work? How many of you wake up in the morning, first thought you have is, I gotta go where? To work. All right? On your way to work, how many of you are thinking, I don't want to go to work today? How many of you thought that? While you're there, at your job, does your job require you to think while you're there? Yes. Some of you have jobs that don't require you to think. You need to get another job, okay? So for at least 8 hours in that day, you're thinking about what? Your job. Would you say that your job is probably the most element of your life that you think about the most? Yes. Whether it's consciously or subconsciously, that's what you think about the most. The richest man in the world to ever live. Anybody know what that is?
Solomon.
King Solomon, guys. Raise your hand if you know who King Solomon is. We got some heathens in the house. You don't know Solomon. He's in the Bible. Check him out. All right, this is what he said. He said, as a man thinketh, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. In today's language, all that simply means is you become what you think about. Wow. So if your job is what you think about the most, you have become your job. You should think, what are you talking about? Well, whatever you think about the most controls your life. The house you live in today, what determined it? Now we're in Houston. Do they have $1 million homes here? Yeah. Do they have $2 million homes here? Yeah. Well, why didn't you go in that neighborhood? Why couldn't you afford it? Because your job said what? You can't afford it. The car you drive, what determines the car you drive? Job. Do they have Rolls Royces here in Houston? Yes. Do they have Bentleys here? Yes. Why didn't you go to the Rolls Royce dealership and say, hey, I want a red one with a silver hood? Why didn't you do that? He said, because I got it already, right? Why didn't you do that? Because your job said, no, this is, you can only drive what? This. Right? No, guys, think about this now. It controls the clothes you wear. It controls where your kids go to school. It controls where you go to dinner. It controls how you look at the menu when you go to dinner. How many of you look at the menu from the right to the left? I'm talking first. Watch this. Wealthy people, they think about their goals all the time, and therefore they become their goals. See, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave you with this. Over here, in the rich and wealthy side, remember I told you this. Faith is required. Remember I told you this. Over here, rich and wealthy, I'm sorry to let you know, there are no guarantees. Zero. I made you no guarantees tonight. Zero. Okay. Over here, poor middle class, no faith is required. You know, after 2 weeks, you're going to get your check. How many of you know you're going to get your check? How many of you say, I better get my check? Right? So you don't need faith to go to work. You know, you've got all the guarantees. There's guarantees over here galore in the poor middle class. Okay. Here's the problem with that. You ready? There's a saying in the Bible. It says, for it is impossible to please God without faith. So What you're telling me is that majority of your life, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, has been spent in an arena where no faith is required.
Come on.
And you're expecting these blessings to come down. Wow. It doesn't work like that.
Come on.
You cannot say, I'm going to earn $1 million. Like this doesn't work over here. What I just talked to you about doesn't work over here. You can't go to your boss tomorrow and say, you know what? I went to a seminar yesterday, and there was this young, good-looking man, and he was, are you laughing? All right. And he was talking about thinking, and you become what you think about, and faith, and you know, I was thinking all night that you should give me a raise. It doesn't work like that. See, 15 years ago when I started, and I was living with my dad, okay? After the first year of failure, the second year of failure, the third year of failure, the fourth year of failure, going on my 5th year of failure, it was all faith. By 27, made $1 million. By 27 years old. Okay? What I made in my last company in 7.5 years, in 2018, I made all of it in 1 year. Faith. I don't care what your situation is right now. It doesn't matter to me. If you understand the information I just shared with you, you can turn your situation around. Whether you get involved in IML or not, doesn't matter. If you understand the last thing I shared
with you. It's very simple. When people ask me, how do I stop it? I just say, never say, I can't afford it. Ask yourself, how can I? The reason I have so much money is because I don't say I can't do it. I just go, how can I do it? And I just go and do it. I make a lot of mistakes, but that's how I learn. How can I? The poor people, like my poor dad, always said I can't afford it. You think I'm made of money? I'm a school teacher. I can't do that. And I picked that up. And my rich dad never said those words. So when I meet poor people, they use the words I can't a lot. So the people that say I can't afford it, I can't do this, I can't get to college, the rich are evil, you know, I choose not to participate in that.
And that's one thing people could change today.
Correct.
Right now is that dialogue in their head. Stop saying the word can't.
I can't.
Right.
So how can I?
How can I? Especially as in, I can't afford it, how can I afford that?
Right.
Because that opens them up to looking at it as an investment to a greater future.
Whew. Hey family, you made it. Look, thank you for watching. I hope this video gave you just a little bit more insight of exactly what you're getting ready to get yourself into. It's all inspirational, mixed with just a little bit of what you're gonna be doing from your phone. Look, some of you guys may know my story, my testimony. Like, just 6 months ago, I was sleeping in my car. All right? Yeah. A lot of you guys didn't know I got married. So much stuff has happened. But me and hubby Jay, we are making money from our phone. And that's what we want to do and help you. Help you make money from your phone. Look, if you're interested, hit me back up and say, you know what? Drop that money bag in the email and let's go. Let's get it. I'll get you in contact with my mentor. We'll get you signed up. Me and Jare personally will hold your hand the entire time. We will show you what we know and what they know. And again, we want to help your people too. So if you got family members that want to sign up, let us help you. We're going to hold your hand. Hey, welcome to the Kingdom Trade. It's a kingdom state of mind. You broke the curse.